Is Wednesday, April 20th in the NBA, and I'm back with my two best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's get into a recap from yesterday. It was an 0-2 day. John Morant does not hit his over in points as he, 1, gets injured, 2, he doesn't shoot much, and 3, we got a blowout. About all the 3 different factors that will cause a player prop to go under. We had the Chris Paul double-double and a win. He gets the double-double, but the Suns do not win that game outright despite being 10-point favorites, losing Devin Booker to an injury for basically the majority of the second half. Not much we can do about that. For what it's worth, our leans did go 3-1. We always talk about a couple leans at the end of the video, so stick around. We got some more leans for you guys again today, but it's NBA playoffs. We aren't going to force a ton of bets because it can be hard to predict, so we're going to keep going in and getting after it. Now, I always say I'd rather leave money on the table than force a lot of bets and lose even more money, but if you are new to the Call on Our Shot community, consider going down below, hitting that subscribe button as we close in, inch closer and closer towards 32,000 subscribers. We certainly would appreciate it. Today is Wednesday, so we have our weekly podcast dropping, and this is a really cool one, so definitely want you guys to check it out. Goes live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We have a special guest on this podcast. We're going to start having a special guest every single Wednesday, so let us know who you guys want to see in next week's podcast. But either way, definitely check it out. 10 a.m. Eastern time is when it drops. Now, obviously, we do our MLB videos, which are posted before this one. Definitely go check out that. I have to say shout out to our COS All-Stars out there. We appreciate all you guys for supporting the channel. Can't do it without you guys. If you want to become an All-Star, click the join button on the channel. Link in the description or the link in the pinned comment section down below. Our newest All-Stars, Crafty Hamo. We got Josh. We got Anderson. We got KD and Kyrie. Big game on for you guys tonight. But either way, we appreciate you guys all for supporting the channel. We can't do it without you guys. So let's hop into the first game on the slate, or I believe this is the first game. Going Celtics versus the Nets. Obviously, the Celtics up 1-0. And one of my favorite player props, Jason Tatum, over 4.5 assists, minus 130 on DraftKings. Now, when I think about the best passers in the league, I can assure you, Jason Tatum is not necessarily the guy that comes to mind, but the same could be said when I say, oh, who's the best defense in the league? Probably not going to say the Nets are, and that's why we're going here. Now, Tatum, he has hit this over in 8 of his last 10 games, and he hit it in Game 1. He had 8 assists on 12 potential assists, actually leading the Celtics in potential assists. I know Marcus Smart, normally the guy that leads the team. Well, no, he actually had only, I believe, 9 potential assists. We saw Jason Tatum with 12, and I think we're going to see another kind of similar workload again for him. Now, the Nets, let's be honest, like I said, they aren't one of the best defenses in the league. They really struggle to guard a lot of positions, and the Celtics head coach has not only had Tatum, but had Brown, had Smart, all buy into, hey, you're not going to win a playoff game, you're not going to win an NBA championship without passing the ball, and so we've seen Tatum pass it a lot more this season. Now, it also helps. He played 45 minutes in Game 1, and I expect him to see a similar big workload again in Game 2 as they're trying to go up 2-0 on this Brooklyn Nets team. Now, in the last 2 postseasons, well, they've played the Nets 6 times. They lost 4-1 last year, obviously played this one, and in those 6 games, he's hit this over in 5 of them. And the one game he missed, he played 21 minutes. Look, if Jason Tatum goes out and plays 21 minutes, he's not going to hit this over. And if he does, I'll probably have to do a victory lap or do something crazy in tomorrow's video. But look, this season, he averaged 4.4 assists per game in 35.9 minutes. So he's basically was at this assist line, and now he's getting potentially another 6 to 10-ish minutes per game. Would not surprise me again to see him at 45-ish minutes, 40-plus minutes easily today. They're going to need him on the court to beat this Nets team, one of the best teams on offense. Not a great defensive team. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tatum get us another 5-plus assist game. I don't normally count on him to pass the ball all too much, but I do really like Jason Tatum over 4.5 assists. I really like it, minus 130 on DraftKings. I'll talk about a couple other leans in this game in a second, but let's move on to my second play of the day because we're only doing 2 official plays because, like I said, we don't want to force a lot of bets. It's the NBA playoffs. No reason to lose a lot of the money that we made all season long. We're going with the guy, Nikola Vucevic. I'm going with this double-double prop, minus 120 on BetMGM. Now, if you don't have a double-double prop, I do like his over 9.5 rebounds. That was juiced around minus 140 to like minus 150 on certain books. Some books went up to 10.5, and I'm perfectly fine at 10.5. Normally, you see Vucevic, if he gets 10 rebounds, normally he's getting 11 as well. Now, trust me, I don't like trusting Vucevic all too much. And the Bulls, let's be honest, if he doesn't handle the defensive rebounding, well, they're going to give up a lot of offensive rebounds because Patrick Williams and DeMar DeRozan, who they start at the 3 and the 4, not necessarily the best rebounders in my opinion. I would consider them probably below average rebounders. And we look at Game 1, Vucevic, easy double-double. He had 24 points and 17 rebounds. So I really do think he can get the 10-plus rebounds easily today. The big thing, he played 39 minutes, and I love to see those minutes because they're going to need Vucevic out there, like I said, to go ahead with the size. Now he won't be guarding Giannis. I can guarantee that. He's not going to guard Giannis tonight, but he'll guard Brook Lopez, who kind of just chills on the three-point line. But look, like I said, they're going to need Vucevic to hold down the paint, and so that's what happened. He had 17 rebounds, 21 potential rebounds, and he's going to play another big workload. Now, in 25 games this season, or in his last 25 games with 35-plus minutes, had a double-double in 18 of those games. In fact, one of the 7 that he missed, he only had 4 points. I'm not concerned about the 10 points here. The man shot like 27 times in game 1. He should be able to get us 10-plus points. It's the playoffs. He's a capable enough scorer. That was a game in which he went like, 9 for 27. He absolutely stunk, but he's going to get the field goal attempts today. He has a double-double in 9 of his last 13 games versus the Bucks, and I understand he did go under and didn't have a double-double in 3 of the past 4 against Milwaukee, but this is the playoffs. They really need him to hold down the rebounds. He was getting the points, just not a ton of rebounds, ending with 9 rebounds, in fact, in one of the games. But look, I don't see LaVine having 10 rebounds like he did in game 1. I don't see DeMar DeRozan having 8 rebounds like he did in game 1. So even if we see Vucevic take kind of a down step in terms of rebounds, I really do think he'll at least get us 10-plus rebounds. It's a must-win game for the Bulls, so they should be playing him another 35-ish minutes. Hopefully they can keep this game close as well. Tristan Thompson only played 7 minutes in game 1. Pretty telling that they're going to be relying on Vucevic a lot. This is his job. We just need him to stay out of foul trouble. They're going to count on him to hold down the defensive rebounds, or else they're going to see Giannis getting a ton of boards, Brook Lopez getting some tap-outs. Look, I'm in on Vucevic. I'm in on him to get a double-double, and I'll take it minus 120 on BetMGM. Probably will play it up to about minus 135, minus 140, and then I just would go towards the 9.5 rebounds or 10.5 rebounds before paying any more juice on that. Now, let's talk about a couple other leans that we consider. We'll stick in the same game. I'll put 2 on the screen. Giannis over 12.5 rebounds, and Chris Middleton over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. The only problem with both these lines, both were like minus 145, which I don't love taking a juice prop, especially not in the postseason. But look, there's a reason Giannis, he's the GOAT. He had 15, 17 rebounds in game 1. So I think 11 in the first half. Giannis, this is what he does. He rebounds a ton at home, and he's going to keep doing it, and I think he should be able to get it done against the Bulls. But I also really, really like Chris Middleton over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. Look, he cashed it in game 1 for us with 8 seconds left. And that was a game that, honestly, I would say he probably didn't deserve to cash it because he had 0 rebounds in the first half. But the fact that he, somehow manhandled and got us 5 rebounds in the second half, really I think 5 in the fourth quarter, I think he's going to hit this one pretty easily today. There's a reason they upped it to 11.5. They knew that they got a little bit lucky or a little bit unlucky that he barely got to 11 last game. They know it was the wrong line, and they're going to move it up 1. So I really do think Chris Middleton can get that over 10.5, maybe even 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Look, I was going to run it back, but we're going to switch it up with a different prop with Vucevic. So really like both of those 2 props individually. Now if we move on to another one, it is a spread, or technically a money line. I like the Raptors first half money line. I can't tell you how many times I have seen a team favored in the first half, but not favored in the full game, because that's exactly what we got the Raptors today. I believe they were, at least on FanDuel, they were minus 114 money line on the first half, yet they were still 2.5-point underdogs. I think that's pretty telling that Vegas and the sportsbooks expect the Raptors basically come out and give the Sixers their best shot. Say, look, we're coming out, we're going to give you everything we got, we're going to try to beat you pretty handily in the first half. And look, maybe they beat them in the first half, lose the second half of the game and lose the third game, lose it overall, go down 0-3. But look, Raptors don't win this game, they really had nothing else they can really fight for because they're going to be down 0-3. I don't know how many teams have come back from an 0-3 deficit. So I think the Raptors step up and just kind of get this Raptors first half money line. I don't mind it. You guys know these are all lean, so I'm not going to necessarily bet them officially or really bet them at all. But I do like the Raptors first half money line. If I had to bet a spread, I really like them today. I think they get it done in the first half. I don't necessarily trust them to go full game because it's a team with a short rotation. Who knows what's happening with Scotty Barnes? Who knows if Gary Trent Jr. is active and fully healthy? Thaddeus Young. They got a lot of injuries, so whether they can kind of keep up with the Sixers for 48 minutes remain to be seen, but I think they step up at home, and I'll be taking them to get the money line if you wanted to. Now, let's go to back to the Celtics-Nets game. I don't mind that Al Horford over in points plus rebounds. Look, Al Horford, he crushed this line in the first game. I think he had, 20-something points, 15 plus rebounds, and I think the line is around 22.5 today, and I think he can get that done. Like I said in the first game, Daniel Tice, not going to play a big role today. His line was lowered to 15.5. I think he could stumble into 15.5 PRAs. But look, Al Horford's going to have to play a big role. Going to have to play honestly, just a big role on defense. They need him out there. So I don't mind him taking his over in points plus rebounds. This guy that's going to have to handle the paint for him. And I know you look at the Brooklyn Nets, haven't given up a ton of points plus rebounds / assists to opposing centers, but Al Horford's going to play, 35 to 40 minutes tonight against Drummond and Claxton. They're going to need him to hold down the rebounds. Not necessarily going to be asked to guard Kevin Durant. Going to be asked to guard Kyrie Irving. He's going to just be having to do his job, hold down the defensive glass. And so I like the Al Horford angle today if you want to take it, but I'm not going to force any more bets into that game. Just like I could bet on Kyrie or KD, but look, I always choose the wrong guy. Maybe tonight's a KD night. I would just wait for FanDuel to put out an odds boost and just to pick the other guy, because that's just normally the nature of it. But my 2 official picks, we're running with Nikola Vucevic double-double at -120 on BetMGM, and then we're running with Jason Tatum over 4.5 assists, -130 on DraftKings. Go get it done for us, both of you guys. Hopefully we can come back and have a 2-0 day. Our MLB video will be on the screen. I'll also link our podcast, which is live at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. We'll be back again on Thursday for some more picks, and we'll see you guys then. Peace out.